What if the subjects you hate, math, physics, that one class you dread, aren't actually the problem? What if it's your brain fighting you, whispering, "You're not good enough, you'll fail, just give up now"? You're staring at your textbook, heart pounding, palms sweaty, feeling like you're drowning in a sea of formulas or essays you don't understand. You're not alone. Every Gen Z student feels this procrastination creeping in, burnout stealing your energy, and that fear of failure choking your confidence. But here's the truth. Your brain can love those tough subjects. You can rewire it to crave the challenge, not run from it. This video isn't about study hacks or quick fixes. It's about teaching your brain to embrace the chaos, conquer the struggle, and make those impossible subjects feel like a game you want to win. Stick with me, you're about to change everything. The war inside your head. You're sitting there staring at a page of calculus or Shakespeare, and it feels like your brain is screaming, "This is pointless, you'll never get it." That voice? It's not you. It's your brain's defense mode, built to avoid pain and seek comfort. For Gen Z students, this war inside your head is real. Procrastination isn't laziness. It's your brain dodging subjects it thinks will hurt you. Burnout? That's your mind running on empty after fighting this battle too long. And that fear of failure? It's your brain convincing you that trying and failing is worse than not trying at all. But here's the kicker. Your brain isn't your enemy. It's just misguided, like a friend who's trying to protect you but doesn't know how. Think about it. When you open that textbook, your heart races, your mind spirals. What if I fail this test? What if I'm not smart enough? These thoughts aren't random. They're your brain's way of signaling danger. Difficult subjects feel like threats because they challenge your identity, your confidence, your future. You're not just wrestling with quadratic equations. You're wrestling with self-doubt. But what if you could flip the script? Your brain is adaptablets, like a muscle you can train. Instead of seeing tough subjects as threats, you can teach your brain to see them as puzzles, as challenges that spark curiosity. The first step isn't studying harder, it's understanding why your brain resists. It's wired to take the easy path, but you can rewire it to crave the hard stuff. Imagine opening that chemistry book and feeling a rush, like you're about to crack a code. That's not a fantasy, it's possible. Rewiring your brain's first instinct. Your brain's first instinct when you face a tough subject like physics or literature is to run. It's not your fault, it's biology. Your amygdala, that tiny almond-shaped part of your brain, lights up like a warning siren, screaming, "Danger! This is hard! You'll fail!" That's why you scroll TikTok for hours instead of studying. It's your brain choosing instant gratification over pain. But here's the secret. You can trick your brain into loving the challenge. It starts with one powerful shift reframing how you see difficult. Picture this. You're staring at a math problem and your stomach knots up. Your inner monologue kicks in. "I'm so bad at this. Why even try?" Stop right there. That thought isn't truth, it's just your brain's knee-jerk reaction. Instead, try this. Tell yourself, "This problem is a puzzle. I don't need to solve it perfectly. I just need to take the first step." This isn't toxic positivity, it's neuroscience. When you reframe a tough subject as a challenge rather than a threat, your brain releases dopamine, the feel-good chemical that makes you want to keep going. Suddenly, that impossible equation feels like a game. Start small. Pick one tiny piece of the subject you dread. Maybe it's a single formula or a paragraph of text. Break it down until it feels stupidly simple. Your brain needs to feel safe to engage. For example, if organic chemistry feels like a nightmare, don't aim to master it in one night. Just learn what a carbon bond is. That's it. Celebrate that win like you just aced a test. This builds a feedback loop. Small successes train your brain to associate the subject with reward, not pain. Gen Z, you're already wired for this. You grind through video game levels, chase streaks on Duolingo, and obsess over perfect Spotify playlists. That same drive can make you fall in love with tough subjects. The key? Stop aiming for perfection. Your brain hates the pressure of getting it right. Instead, focus on curiosity. Ask, what's one cool thing I can learn from this today? That question flips the script, turning dread into discovery. Facing the fear of looking stupid. You're sitting in class, staring at a problem you don't get, and your hand stays glued to your desk. Asking a question feels like admitting defeat. Your brain whispers, "Everyone else gets it. You'll look dumb." That fear of looking stupid is the biggest roadblock to loving tough subjects. It's not just you, every Gen Z student feels this sting. Social media doesn't help, with everyone posting their A's and effortless success. But here's the truth, everyone struggles. That kid who seems to ace everything, they're wrestling with the same doubts, just hiding it better. Your brain hates embarrassment because it's wired to protect your social status. Back in caveman days, being wrong could get you ostracized. Today, it feels like failing a test or stumbling in class is the same kind of exile. But you can outsmart this fear. Start by owning your confusion. Say to yourself, "I don't get this yet," and that's okay. That word "yet" is a game changer. It tells your brain you're not stuck, you're just not there yet. This is called a growth mindset, and it's like giving your brain permission to mess up without shame. Every time you push past the fear of looking stupid, you're teaching your brain that struggle is safe. It's not about being the smartest in the room. It's about being the one who dares to learn. Turning study sessions into brain candy. You open your textbook, and it feels like staring into a void. The words blur, your phone's notifications are screaming for attention, and suddenly cleaning your room seems like a better idea. Sound familiar? Studying tough subjects like biology or history can feel like torture because your brain craves instant rewards, and those dense pages offer none. But what if you could make studying feel like binge-watching your favorite Netflix show? It's not a pipe dream, you can make your brain crave those study sessions. The trick is gamification. Your brain loves games because they're packed with quick wins and dopamine hits. Gen Z, you're already pros at this. Think of the rush you get from leveling up in a game or hitting a new follower milestone. Apply that to studying. Break your work into bite-sized challenges with rewards. For example, set a timer for 15 minutes and tackle one concept like a single history event or a math formula. Finish it, reward yourself with a 5-minute TikTok break or a snack. This isn't cheating. It's hacking your brain's reward system. Make it visual. Grab a whiteboard or sticky notes and map out what you're learning like it's a quest. Studying cell biology? Draw the cell like a fortress, label its parts like defenses, and conquer it by explaining it to yourself. This turns dry facts into a story your brain wants to follow. If you're tackling literature, pretend you're decoding a mystery. What's the author hiding? Your brain loves patterns and puzzles, so give it one. And don't study in silence. Curate a playlist that pumps you up lo-fi for focus or epic movie soundtracks for that hero on a mission vibe. Your environment shapes your mindset. Dim lights, a clean desk, and noise-canceling headphones can make studying feel like entering a new world, not a chore. The goal is to make your brain associate tough subjects with fun, not pain. You're not forcing yourself to study, you're tricking your brain into wanting it. Taming the chaos of academic pressure. You're juggling assignments, exams, and deadlines while your brain's screaming, "This is too much." Academic pressure hits Gen Z hard. Expectations from parents, teachers, and yourself pile up like a never-ending to-do list. It's chaos, and it makes tough subjects feel like mountains you'll never climb. But you can tame this chaos by teaching your brain to focus on what you can control. First, stop trying to do everything at once. Your brain isn't built for multitaskings. It's a myth that just burns you out. Instead, prioritize one task. Pick the scariest subject, like that stats homework, and give it 20 minutes of your full attention. Silence your phone, close those tabs, and treat those minutes like a sacred ritual. This trains your brain to see focus as freedom, not a cage. Next, embrace the power of no. You don't have to say yes to every study group or extra credit project. Protect your energy like it's your most valuable asset, because it is. When you're overwhelmed, tough subjects become the enemy. Say no to distractions, even if it's just for an hour. and watch how your brain starts to crave clarity. Finally, breathe. Literally. When panic hits, take 5 deep breaths, 4 seconds in, 4 seconds out. This resets your nervous system, telling your brain we're okay. It's not about ignoring the pressure. It's about teaching your brain to handle it. You're not a robot. You're a human with limits, and that's your strength. By controlling the chaos, you're setting the stage to love those tough subjects, building unshakable confidence in your brain. You've ever sat in class watching someone solve a problem effortlessly and thought, "I'll never be that good." That's not truth, it's your brain lying to you. Confidence isn't something you're born with, it's something you build, especially when tackling tough subjects like computer science or philosophy. For Gen Z, the pressure to already know everything is suffocating, but you can teach your brain to trust itself, no matter how hard the material gets. Start by collecting evidence of your wins. Your brain loves proof. Keep a small notebook or note app where you jot down every success, no matter how tiny, like understanding a single coding concept or nailing a vocab term. When self-doubt creeps in, flip through it. These aren't just notes. They're armor against the voice that says, "You can't do this." Over time, your brain starts believing, "Wait, I can learn this." Next, talk to yourself like you're your own hype squad. When you hit a wall in a subject, don't say, "I suck at this." Try, "This is hard, but I'm figuring it out." Your brain listens to your words, and they shape how you see yourself. This isn't fake confidence, it's rewiring your self-perception. Gen Z, you're already bold enough to post your unfiltered thoughts on X or chase your dreams despite the noise. Channel that into your studies. Finally, embrace failure as your teacher. Every wrong answer in calculus or misread in history is a clue, not a verdict. Write down what went wrong and why it's like debugging code. Your brain learns faster from mistakes than from perfection. The more you fail forward, the more your confidence grows because you're proving you can handle anything. This confidence isn't about being the best, it's about knowing you can learn, no matter how tough the subject. You're not just studying, you're building a brain that thrives on challenges, making tough subjects stick like lyrics. You know every word to that one song you've streamed 1,000 times, but you blank on the periodic table or French conjugations. Why? Your brain clings to what it loves and repeats. To make tough subjects like chemistry or economics stick, you need to make them as catchy as your favorite playlist. Gen Z, you're wired for this. Your brain's a sponge for what sparks joy. First, use active recall. Don't just reread notes. Quiz yourself. Flashcards or apps like Anki turn formulas or dates into quick challenges. Each time you pull an answer from your brain, it sticks deeper. It's like muscle memory for your mind. Spend 10 minutes a day testing yourself, and you'll be shocked at what you retain. Teaching forces your brain to organize and simplify, locking it in. If you can't explain it clearly, you don't know it yet. That's your cue to dig deeper. Finally, make it weird. Your brain loves quirky connections. Studying World War II, link dates to memes, or imagine historical figures in a rap battle. These tricks aren't just study tips. They're how you make your brain fall in love with learning. You're not cramming. You're creating memories that stick. By repeating, teaching, and getting creative, you're turning tough subjects into something your brain can't resist. Start today. Pick one subject you dread. Spend 15 minutes breaking down a single concept. Turn it into a game, a story, or a quick quiz. Write down one win, no matter how small, and let it fuel you. Tell that voice in your head, "I'm not perfect, but I'm learning." Every step you take rewires your brain to love the grind. You're not just studying, you're building a mind that thrives on challenges. This isn't about grades or impressing anyone, it's about proving to yourself you can conquer anything. That fear of failure, it's losing its grip. That burnout, it's fading as you take control. You're not just a student, you're a problem solver, a creator, a force. So, commit to 1 week of these strategies. Post your progress on X, tag me, and let's inspire each other. Share what subject you're tackling and one thing you learned. You'll be amazed at how fast your brain starts craving the hard stuff. Hit that subscribe button for more ways to own your learning. Drop a comment. What's the toughest subject you're ready to love? Let's keep this energy going.